So we're very quickly approaching to iPhone season, which means it's about to be 1 year since the release of the iPhone 14 series. More prominently, I have the 14 Pro Max, and people have been very vocal online, raving about the battery, the significant amount of battery drainage on these iPhones. Now, unfortunately, I am one of those users that is noticing that significant amount of battery drainage, and I just don't know what it is. Decided to do a mini day in the life to New York City just to see how long the battery can last. Because my personal use, I notice the battery percentages is slipping away through the days. The lower your battery health, the faster your battery percentage is gonna drop. And me taking this thing to New York City is a perfect day in the life video, because on New York City, you're constantly using the maps, you're using GPS, you're listening to music while you're on the train, you're taking pictures of the skyscrapers. So this was a perfect opportunity to test out this theory, to test out the battery in general. Because mind you, I started my day off at 100%, and already at 11 o'clock, I'm at like 80%. So it's not bad, but that's a pretty significant amount of battery drainage. All right, so I'm heading to the city. iPhone 14 Pro Max battery life, 86% at 10:51. A little spotty. Now, the previous day in the life showcasing the iPhone 14 Pro Max, you noticed it lasts all day. Now at 7:28, I'm at 18%. Still fairly impressed on how long the battery lasts, because I'm taking pictures, I'm on social media, occasionally I'm checking traffic to make sure we're at the best route. Definitely exceeded my expectations. Comparing day one of having this, it lasts all day, to like seeing it now a year later with the battery drainage, yeah, it's a little disappointing. And I think my theory, since this has a higher nits of brightness, maybe that is impacting the battery life. It's kind of hard to tell why this battery drains so fast. If you compare to my 13 Pro, the 13 Pro was around 97% when the iPhone 14 released. 87% battery health on the 13 Pro. But now on the 14 Pro Max, it's at 89% battery health. Mind you, the 13 came out in 2021, while this just came out last year. It's not even a full year yet. So yes, the 14 Pro, or exactly just the 14 series, has a battery issue. And mind you, I use both phones exactly the same. I take pictures, I go on Instagram. I even use the same exact case, for crying out loud. So there's no heat building up. I use the same Pataka case. The only thing is I just went with the Pro Max instead of just a regular size model. Hopefully this is something that Apple would fix on the iPhone 15, which by the way, I am super excited for. But this is for people who like to wait for the new phone to get the predecessor. So in this case, when the 15 releases, people would opt for the iPhone 14 just for at a lower price tag. Now I don't blame people who do that, because the 15 and the 14, you're still gonna have Dynamic Island. The only thing you're missing out, Type-C, the action button, the new titanium finish on the side. Yes, it is shiny, the 15, but the 14 is just as practical. But this battery drainage issue, because now the quicker the battery drains, the sooner you are to replace that battery. You're gonna need to replace that battery sooner or later. And really doing the math here, 11 months in, almost about to be 12 months, I lost 11% battery capacity. So if I were to keep this phone for another year, I'll be down 78% battery capacity. And let's say I keep it for another year, 67% battery health capacity. So that's too fast, way too fast. %89 battery health is pretty unacceptable. I would understand if it was at 97% battery health, or even maybe 99 in the perfect world, or 100% to be quite frank. But 89, that's a no good for me. And even if you replace the battery, how frequent that you're gonna have to replace that battery? That's just only time would tell, man. But other than that, the iPhone 14 Pro has been a rock solid phone. I love the dynamic island, although it is a gimmick. You don't need it. The notch is perfectly fine, but to be able to control your media, and recently Instagram, they have a new thing where it interact with the live activity with the dynamic island. It makes for a unique iPhone experience, but that could also maybe impact the battery drainage too. Maybe some people would like to disable dynamic island. I have 256 gigabytes and it is just not enough for me. For my use case scenario, 256 is a no-go. But for the average consumer, this is gonna be perfectly fine. I have over 9,718 photos saved on my iPhone. Almost just shy under 10,000 photos. So I literally don't have enough space on my iPhone, so I'm itching for that 1TB iPhone 15 Pro. That is the phone that I'm gonna get. Maybe I might even go all the way up to 2TB if the rumors are true, but 2TB is a bit excessive. So that's basically it. Yes, I noticed the significant amount of battery drainage, and once I had to go to the Apple store, charge my phone at the Apple store, then my power bank died. It was kind of getting frustrating for me. But all in all, the 14 Pro Max no longer lasts an entire day for me. It's not really a big upgrade compared to the 13. Let me know down in the comments down below, what's your battery health currently at on your iPhone. Follow me on Instagram and on X at Simplypops. And other than that, I hope you all have a simple day. Peace.